Rama and Lakshmana got up in the morning. They were very excited to see the bow of Shiva. So they went to the court of Janaka, and Janaka welcomed them with open hands. He gave them a hug and said, "Come, princess, please sit down." Then he said, "I have sent people to bring the bow. It will be arriving shortly." And he said, "Before I show you the bow, I need to tell you something, young princess. I have a daughter called Sita, and I have promised that whoever is able to lift this bow, I will get Sita married to them." So Rama was quite excited because he is going to see the bow, and if he could lift it, he will get married to Sita. So just then the bow came into the court, and how many people were pushing the cart on which the bow was? 5,000 people were pushing the cart. It was that heavy. Then the Rama looked at that and he said, "What's such a heavy bow? 5,000 people are bringing it, pushing the cart on which it is loaded." Then once the bow came into the court, Rama stood up and he prayed to Shiva and he said, "King Janaka, with your permission, can I touch the bow?" Janaka said, "By all means, carry on, prince." So Rama went slowly and touched the bow. Then he said, "Let me try and carry it and see. 5,000 people brought it, so I'm not sure if I can do it. But let me try." And he lifted the bow and it was as light as a paper. Zoom! He lifted it. He just lifted it like that. It was so easy to lift. Everybody in the court were astounded at this. Then Rama said, "I'm going to string the bow." And he put the thread and he pulled it down. And what happened to the bow? Dammal, it broke. And the sound came boom like a thunder. Everybody in the court were shocked and surprised. They all just looked at like that at Rama. They said, "What just happened? We cannot believe it. What just happened?" Then they started clapping their hands in happiness because till that time nobody was ever able to lift that bow. Then Janaka said, "That's excellent, Rama. I'll get you married to my daughter Sita." And Sita was a very beautiful princess. And Sita had a sister called Urmila. So Janaka decided to get Urmila married to Lakshmana. So the entire Mithila was very happy. They started preparing for the wedding. Then Dasharatha messenger was sent to Dasharatha, and Dasharatha came with Kausalya, with Kaikeyi, with Sumitra, Bharata, Shatrughna. Everybody came for the wedding and it was a grand affair. Not only did Rama and Lakshmana get married, Shatrughna and Bharata also got married to Sita's cousins. It was a very grand affair and everybody went back to Ayodhya to live happily ever after. Now Rama was very much in love with Sita, like the other princess. Now as they went back to Ayodhya and they were settling down into their lives, Dasharatha decided, I'm going to make Rama the king. He is going to be my next king. So I'm going to make this big announcement in the court. So he called all his courtiers and he said, "See, I have decided. I have ruled this kingdom for so many years. And I have become an old man now. So it's high time I retire and I give my entire kingdom to Rama." So everybody were very excited. They were very happy that Rama was going to be the king because everybody loved Rama. So the festivities began for the celebration. So at that time, what were they doing? They got busy painting the palace. It's a very grand affair. A coronation is a very grand affair. So they started painting the palace. All the queens were called their tailors to stitch them the best of garments. They were all planning what kind of hairstyle to do, what kind of makeup to do, what dress to wear. Sita had called her seamstress from Mithila so that she could stitch a dress that was surpassing because she was going to be the queen, no? queen needed a beautiful dress, and Sita was deciding what kind of hairstyle she's going to do. And oh, everybody was so excited. They were laying down the dresses. And what was Kausalya doing? She was in the kitchen arranging the menu. It was a grand affair. So many kings were going to come. So, what was the menu? What kind of soup they should do? What kind of food they should cook? So, she was busy instructing the cooks and finding out what is available in the kitchen and what can be done. She was busy. Sumitra was busy with the flower decorations, and Kaikeyi was busy supervising all the other work. In between, they were trying to arrange all their dresses too. Just then, Dasharatha said, I'm not going to wait too much longer. I'm going to get Rama crowned tomorrow itself. And what was Rama doing? He was writing his inaugural speech. He was busy, very busy writing his inaugural speech. And what was Dasharatha doing? He was busy writing his farewell speech. Just as all this was happening, and there was lot of excitement. But during this time, Bharata had gone out. He had gone to see his grandfather. So Bharata was not there, and so Shatrughna was also not there. But Dasharatha said, my sons will never think me wrong. If they are not there also, it's all right. I will crown Rama the king tomorrow itself. So all these excitements were going on. So now let's wait. And during this time, a major event happened. So let me tell you what that is.